Welcome back, my little rabbits. Pat Flynn here, and in a recent video that went a little bit viral, I gave you the daily 75 kettlebell swing challenge to help you become as lean as a leaf and powerful as a puma. The kettlebell swing, as many people would claim, is the #1 kettlebell exercise in all of existence. Today, I want to share with you what I think is the #2 kettlebell exercise and give you a 50 rep daily kettlebell challenge that is perfectly awesome standalone or can even be combined with the 75 swing challenge for even more incredible results. No need to bury the lead here, my friends. The kettlebell exercise we're talking about today is the legendary goblet squat, which, if we're being frank, looks like an exercise invented by somebody who hates fun. But I know that isn't true because it was invented by my good friend Dan John, who definitely does not hate fun. He's one of the most fun people you will ever meet. But even though this exercise looks basic, some people would say, look, this can't possibly be anything more than a warm-up. It's actually an incredibly versatile and hugely powerful exercise for improving your mobility, for building raw total body strength. It's not just a lower body exercise. Yeah, it's amazing for your legs and your glutes, but it's really a deceptively effective core exercise as well. It helps improve your posture. You can use it for muscle, you can use it for power, and you can even use it for conditioning. And I'm going to show you how with the 50 rep Goblet Squat Daily Challenge, which is coming right up right now. Actually, very quickly, let me go over the goblet squat technique with you. It's really important that we understand the mechanics of this exercise and how it contrasts with the swing so we get the most from it and the workouts that uses it. So #1, with the goblet squat, your hips are primarily going down rather than back. You really want to feel like you're actively pulling yourself between your legs, and you should let your elbows come right inside of your knees. Importantly, your knees should track your toes. They will go forward. That's fine. That's safe. That's normal. That's natural. Don't worry about that. Just keep them generally in line with your toes and make sure that your feet are firmly planted so that your heel and your big toe remain on the ground at all times. #2, as far as possible, try to maintain an upright torso. Think long, tall spine. The kettlebell will want to bend you forward. It might even want to cause you to crunch. Resist that. This is one of the main reasons the goblet squat is such an amazing core and posture exercise. You have to wrestle that weight out in front of you. Be successful, wrestle that weight, stay long and tall as you descend through the squat. And finally, make sure every squat is performed with a controlled tempo. We don't want to be bouncing in and out of the squat. A 2 to 3 second descent, a momentary pause at the bottom, and then yeah, you can explode right up to get the most out of the exercise. What's great about the goblet squat is it's essentially self-teaching. Just the way the weight is held just sort of naturally invites you to fall into proper squatting posture, but it's still important just to keep these points in mind as you're performing the exercise to make sure everything is done with slickness and ease, my friends. All right, let's get to the challenge. So the 50 rep goblet squat challenge is exactly what it sounds like. Every day we're going to do 50 reps of the goblet squat, but like the 75 rep swing challenge, we're going to mix up how we get those reps done. Some days are going to be a little bit heavier, more intense, as in they're going to focus more on strength or muscle. Other days will be more conditioning based. They're going to get your heart rate jacked and burn a whole mountain of calories. And then we'll have some days that are just lighter, more greasing the groove. They're just going to make your hips feel well lubricated. Just awesome mobility. It'll show the real versatility of the goblet squat, how you can take just one exercise and cook it in different ways to get all sorts of different results. All right, so let me now explain each of the days so you can take this challenge, use it, and get awesome results. Okay, so day 1 is going to be an EMOM day. And here what we're going to do is we're going to perform 10 reps on the minute, every minute for 5 minutes. Now this sounds somewhat reasonable until you get to about minute 3 and your legs are absolutely on fire, my friends. So what you want to do here is use pretty much the heaviest weight you can while staying on the clock. So you start each set at the top of the minute, and then whatever you have with respect to what's left in the minute after you're done your set, that's your rest. So there are constraints in place where you should be able to go moderately heavy with this, but since you're on the clock, you're not going to be able to go as heavy as you absolutely could, and that is intentional, that's purposeful. This workout is just an awesome way to get in a lot of squatting volume in a little bit of time. Really super for building up your quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Very noticeable muscle definition to be sure. That's day 1. Day 2 is now going to be more purely strength and power focused. We're just gonna actually flip the sets and reps around. Now we're going to do 10 sets of 5 reps, and you can rest as long as you need between sets. In this case, more rest is typically better, so you can use heavier weight. I want you to get the biggest, fattest, ugliest kettlebell you can find. These 5 reps should be a real challenge to hold on to the kettlebell and to perform a good full range of motion goblet squat. Don't chicken out here. Really push the weight. Make sure that these sets are demanding and take as much rest as you need to feel properly confident in your technique for each set that you perform. Okay, day 3 is going to be a lighter mobility-based day. We're going to do 2 sets of 25. Yeah, that's a lot of reps, but here I just want you to use like an obscenely light kettlebell. This should just feel like greasing the groove. It should feel light. It should feel fluid. And I even want you just to take the time at the bottom of the squat just to really sink into a deep range of motion. Stay activated, don't loosen up, don't lose your posture, don't lose control, but feel free to just take a moment at the bottom of each squat to really enjoy the mobility benefits of this exercise. 2 sets, 25 reps, nice and light, you're done for the day. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're actually now going to reverse the order of the routines pretty much for the rest of the week. So day 4 is the same as day 3. So you get 2 lighter mobility-based days in a row, no changes there. Day 5 is another heavier day, 10 sets of 5 reps, so that matches day 2, no other changes there. Day 6 is your EMOM day again, 5 minutes on the clock, 10 reps at the top of every minute, that matches again day 1. And then day 7 is your fun day. We call this a free day, and a free day is where you can get your 50 reps however you want. Be creative, be inventive. If you're feeling sore and you need a little bit more recovery, go light, spread the reps out throughout the day. If you're feeling really vigorous and energized and spunky, then yeah, pick up a heavy bell, and figure out how you want to challenge yourself. This is a day where you can just kind of explore the movement in any way that you want, and you can sort of auto-regulate. If you want to go heavier and harder, you can do that. If you need a little bit more rest, you can pull back as well. So there you have it, the 50 rep goblet squat daily kettlebell challenge. Take it, use it, get awesome results. Strong on.